like this? This is actually my first time performing. This poem is called A Letter to My Friends, which is now all of you as well.
Appreciate that.
Today, I want to write in a way that brings you to the foothills of the faraway planets, where you are up so high you look down and see how bright you stand there, shining like a faraway star. Do you know you are a star? I don't mean the way parents talk about their kids or how celebrities are called when they strut around, or even that dull, small thing they put in the sidewalk in Hollywood. I mean, you are a burning ball of heat with a life of its own, creating shine out of gas. Sending your signal so many light years into the distance for people who look up on a bad day to feel less alone. Do you know you burn that way? Even when you don't know it, I know it, because I feel it. I feel like if I weren't also a star, if I were only a mere human, I wouldn't be able to stand in range of your heat. Do you know how much power there is inside of your heart? You are one constant phase change, breaching the barriers of the space between one substance and another. You are where liquid and gas and fire and ice collide, and the result is a raging sea of glowing beauty. I want you to know how incredible this is, how I don't need to believe in God to believe in holiness, because when you stand close and open your chest to me and your star falls out, the only word I know how to explain the way my breath leaves my body is holy. As in, this is. As in, you are holy. In the way of you being you, which is some days neatly tied up and on point, and other days unraveled and falling apart. On those days from far away, your star looks like a smooth, round speck, but up close just looks like a mess. You are a holy, burning mess. And you aren't my lover. We don't need to be having sex for me to know your value. I've seen it. Your vulnerability is so powerful it makes earthquakes shake on a scale as large as the universe. And you may feel small like an atom, but imagine how tiny the stars in the sky feel when all they can see is the way the planets are moving around them. Let me assure you, they are so powerful, and you are too. Strong enough and bright enough to shine so far into the future, we need to use the word infinite to measure the span of your reach. You are infinite. This is how I experience your strength, and the way I see your tenacity, how you move through grief, face challenges, stomach bad days, and scale the side of your steep mountain. The ways you are kind and gentle, sensitive and thoughtful. How can I break this to you any more clearly? You are a star, and I am so glad to know you as my neighbor. The night sky would be sunk without us. We have no idea which pieces of the universe our backs and shoulders are holding in place.
Wow.
And I'm actually really glad because these poems kind of speak to each other. This one is called Won't You Be My Neighbor? Hollywood got it wrong. We are already superheroes. Not one among many, but legion among humans who don't have to hide costumes beneath everyday clothes because we are the power we walk around in. Fabric that is plain, the everyday suits we put on without thinking, the smiles we hand out on street corners, the have-a-nice days we spread like butter over the overly toasted daily bread that crumbles in the heat, that twists and burns and crisps us. But then someone hands you an ice cube of an I love you, holds a secret you thought would crush you, turns your umbrella right side in again when you were crying so hard you start to believe the freak monsoons have been birthed from your belly, like Mother Nature forgot to not take her cues from the leaks of your loss that drip from the cracks in your heart that you have been trying to reconceptualize as art. But actually, they just hurt. And I don't know what I would do without these friends, the call me anytime and please just get here and I can take care of you and I will protect you and let's just eat some food. Friends. Most of us weren't raised in a village, And for some, its name was pillage, where we lived with fear, breaking like waves, shaking our bones, teaching us to dread everything called home. But now we are grown, learning to unbe the monsters that still haunt our dreams. But the truth is, we have raised that old fate, burnt it to the ground, and built a new town whose name is safe, where our front porch rockers roll over the jagged edges of time's passing, and we lift beams and drip sweat at the barn raisings of our neighbors' hearts, and bring food to the funerals of the dead and discarded pieces of dreams that have shattered, of loss that is still too great to speak. This village holds my heartbeat, in a casserole that sits in an oven waiting for the next needy passerby, in a jailbreak cake that stands ready with a nail file tucked inside. I will bring it to you the minute your collect call comes my way. Thank you.